Hi, this is Sarah from Sarah's Hand Embroidery. For those who are new, welcome to my channel. I make videos explaining you every hand embroidery stitch in the simplest of ways. In this video, I will show you the differences between the Rumanian Couching, the Bukhara Couching, and the Convent Stitch. This will help you choose the best filling stitch for your project. To do that, I will be using threads of the same lengths over rectangular spaces of the same area. All three are couching stitches used for filling of patterns, especially larger areas with thread economy in mind. All of them originated from different places and are still used in modern embroidery. I will talk more about these stitches as we go along. But first, let's check how to do the Rumanian Couching. Let me get my thread ready. I'm using all the 6 strands. Romanian couching uses multiple long diagonal couching stitches to hold each laid thread. To make that possible, mark sets of 2 parallel lines on the space to be covered. The set of the twin lines should be equidistant from each other, and the distance between the twin lines itself should also be the same. To stitch, you would come out from one side of the space and make a horizontal straight stitch across the pattern or space to be filled. Then come out from the first of the 2 parallel lines from outside the laid thread and go across to pass through the second of the lines. Do the same for the second twin parallel lines and every other set of 2 lines that fall along the way till you reach the end. Then repeat the whole process till you build up the filling all the way till the top. I was able to work just about 1/3 of the space with the thread that I used. I will leave it at that for the sake of the tutorial and move to the next stitch. Note that the Rumanian Couching, the Rumanian Couching, and the Romanian Couching, though all are spelled differently, are still the same. The first 2 being Old English, which is kind of phased out now. The Romanian couching stitch is a historical embroidery technique that originates from Romania and has been used in traditional textiles for centuries. The Romanian couching stitch was traditionally used to create bold decorative patterns on thick fabrics such as wool and linen. Alright, now that this has been done with as much thread as I had, let us move to the Bukhara Couching. In this stitch, the longer stitches are anchored at intervals by smaller securing stitches. This method gives the appearance of solid filled areas while preventing the long stitches from becoming loose or snagging easily. Much like the Romanian couching that we saw earlier, we are going to divide the pattern using diagonal lines. Space them at equal distance. Like the Romanian couching, Bukhara couching is more popularly known as the Bukhara Couching. Same stitch, just a small variation in the spelling. To stitch, you would come out from one end of the pattern and make a horizontal stitch across to the other side. Then come out from the first diagonal line to tag down the laid thread with a tiny stitch. Do this on every diagonal line that you encounter on the way back. Repeat the process. As you build up the stitches, you will see how the little stitches form a nice pattern and texture on the overall space. The Bukhara stitch is commonly used in the Central Asian, Persian, and Eastern European embroidery, especially in traditional textiles from regions like Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and Bukhara, a city in modern-day Uzbekistan from which the stitch gets its name. This stitch is great for solid fillings and takes shapes easily. Next, let us look at the convent stitch or the cloister stick. I consider this stitch to be somewhere in between the Rumanian couching and the Bukhara couching. Okay, it uses a diagonal pattern of couching stitch like the Romanian couching, but shorter like the Bukhara couching. This is one reason why this stitch is often mistaken to be one of either. To work it, lay the thread from one end to the other horizontally and start tacking it down with small but diagonal stitches. You can place these stitches randomly or evenly spaced. The convent stitch is a historic embroidery technique widely used in medieval ecclesiastical textiles, especially in Germany and other parts of Europe. It was commonly used in religious embroidery from the 12th to 15th centuries, particularly in the altar frontals, church banners, and vestments. The stitch is designed to create dense, durable embroidery, which made it ideal for textiles that needed to withstand frequent use. Cloister stick in German literally means monastery stitch, reflecting its use in monastic embroidery workshops. Convent stitch, which is the other name for the stitch, is the English equivalent, emphasizing its association with convents where nuns produced elaborate needlework for churches. This explains the name. Now let's compare the stitches. You can see the textural differences. The Romanian couching looks very smooth. The Bukhara couching provides a pattern, and the convent stitch will look seamless. In all the three samples, the thread consumption was pretty much the same. But let me take this time to tell you that your support means a lot to us, and you can do so by becoming our patron or buying one of our ebooks. The links are in the description, so please do not forget to check them out. If you like our videos, you can also support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. I hope this video has added value to you. Let me know, and thank you so much for watching.